I can't do this anymore, Kofi. Amina shouted, her eyes filled with tears. You don't care about me or our children. On Kisses and Hugs Club today for singles and couples. Episode 88. Keeping the Spark Alive. Rekindling romance in marriage. In their small hut, with the evening fire flickering softly, Amina and Kofi stood facing each other, their voices rising with each passing minute. I can't do this anymore, Kofi. Amina shouted, her eyes filled with tears. You don't care about me or our children. You're always lost in your own world, expecting me to handle everything. Kofi's face hardened. That's not true, Amina. I work hard to provide for this family. If you need help, you should ask. That's how my parents managed their marriage. Amina threw her hands up in frustration. Why do I have to ask for your help? Can't you see I'm struggling? Can't you see the children need you too? Kofi clenched his fists, trying to keep his anger in check. In my family, my mother always asked my father for help. He never had to guess what she needed. Why can't you do the same? Amina, a strong and independent woman, had grown up in a close-knit family where everyone chipped in without being asked. Her father was always attentive to her mother's needs, intuitively stepping in to help whenever necessary. She had seen her parents work as a team, a seamless unit where no one had to vocalize their needs. They just knew. Amina wiped her tears, her voice trembling with emotion. Kofi, your parents' marriage is not ours. I need you to see me, to understand my struggles without me having to spell them out every time. I need you to be present, not just physically, but emotionally. She took a deep breath and continued. Every day I cook, clean, take care of the children, and still try to find time for myself. I feel like I'm drowning, and you're just watching from the shore. Kofi, raised in a more traditional household, had seen his mother as the pillar of the home. His father, a stern but fair man, believed in clear roles within the family. His mother would ask for help when she needed it, and his father would oblige. Kofi had internalized this dynamic, believing that strength meant not showing vulnerability unless absolutely necessary. Kofi's expression softened, but he still felt misunderstood. Amina, I didn't realize you felt this way. I thought you were managing fine. In my family, my mother was strong, and she only asked for help when she really needed it. I thought you were doing the same. He sighed, his voice filled with regret. I love you, Amina. I want to be there for you, but I don't always know how. I guess I expected you to tell me when things were too much. Their children, Kwame and Ajoa, were not oblivious to the tension. Kwame, the elder, had become withdrawn, spending more time outside the hut, avoiding the heated arguments. Ajoa, younger and more sensitive, clung to Amina, sensing her mother's distress and feeling helpless in the face of it. One evening, Kwame approached Amina with concern in his eyes. Mama, why do you and Papa fight so much? Are we not a happy family? Amina, taken aback, knelt down to Kwame's level, holding his small hands. Kwame, we love each other very much. Sometimes grown-ups argue, but it doesn't mean we don't care about our family. Ajoa, from behind her mother's skirt, piped up. Will Papa help you more, Mama? I don't like it when you cry. The following evening, the tension reached a boiling point. The children were asleep, but the air in the hut was thick with unresolved emotions. Kofi, do you even hear yourself? Amina exclaimed, her voice filled with frustration. I am not your mother. I shouldn't have to beg for your help. This is our family, not just my responsibility. Kofi's temper flared. And I am not a mind reader, Amina. If you need help, why can't you just say it? Why does everything have to turn into a fight? Ahamina's voice cracked as she spoke. Because, Kofi, I'm exhausted. I'm tired of feeling alone in this. You come home and retreat into your own world while I am left to manage everything. It's not fair. Kofi shook his head, his voice rising. And you think it's fair to attack me for working hard? I'm doing my best to provide for us. I thought you understood that. Ahamina's shoulders sagged with the weight of their argument. I don't need you just to provide, Kofi. I need you to be my partner, to see when I'm struggling, and step in without me having to break down every time. The argument left both Ahamina and Kofi emotionally drained. That night, they lay in bed, backs turned to each other, the silence heavy and filled with unspoken words. The future of their marriage seemed uncertain, and both feared that their love was not enough to bridge the growing chasm between them. Ahamina's mind raced. She thought of her parents, their quiet teamwork, and the unspoken bond that held them together. Tears welled up in her eyes as she wondered if she and Kofi could ever find that same understanding. Kofi stared at the ceiling, guilt gnawing at him. He realized how much he had taken Ahamina for granted, expecting her to fit into the mold of his parents' marriage without considering her needs and feelings. The next morning, Ahamina and Kofi decided to seek advice from the village elder, Maggie, known for her wisdom and understanding. They hoped that she could help them navigate their turbulent emotions and find a way back to each other. Maggie listened patiently as Ahamina and Kofi recounted their struggles. She nodded thoughtfully, understanding the depth of their pain. Marriage is a sacred bond, Maggie began. It requires constant effort and communication from both partners. Ahamina, you must understand that Kofi's upbringing has shaped his perspective on marriage, just as yours has shaped yours. Kofi, you need to recognize that Ahamina's needs are different from your mother's. She paused, allowing her words to sink in. The key to a successful marriage is empathy and communication. Ahamina, express your needs clearly and without resentment. Kofi, learn to anticipate Ahamina's struggles and offer your support without being asked. Ahamina and Kofi looked at each other, a glimmer of hope in their eyes. They realized that they had been fighting the same battle from different sides, each blinded by their own expectations and experiences. Ahamina took Kofi's hand. I will try to communicate better, Kofi. I will tell you when I need help, but I also need you to be more present. Kofi squeezed her hand. And I will do my best to be there for you, Ahamina. I will pay more attention to your needs and not wait for you to ask. With Maggie's guidance, Ahamina and Kofi began to rebuild their marriage. They started to communicate openly, sharing their fears, frustrations, and hopes. Kofi became more involved with the children, helping with their homework and spending quality time with them. Ahamina felt more supported and appreciated, which strengthened her resolve to work through their challenges. In time, their marriage flourished once more. Ahamina and Kofi learned that love alone was not enough. It required understanding, patience, and the willingness to grow together. They discovered that marriage was not a necessary evil but a partnership that, with effort and empathy, could overcome any obstacle. Lessons: understanding love beyond emotion. Ahamina and Kofi realized that love alone was not sufficient to sustain a marriage. They understood that love must be accompanied by mutual understanding and respect. Cultivating patience. They learned the importance of patience in navigating the ups and downs of married life. Patience allowed them to handle disagreements and misunderstandings more constructively. Commitment to growth. Both partners committed to personal and mutual growth, recognizing that growth is a continuous process. They supported each other's aspirations and worked together towards common goals. Viewing marriage as a partnership. They shifted their perspective from seeing marriage as a necessary evil to viewing it as a valuable partnership. This mindset helped them to appreciate and leverage each other's strengths, effort and empathy. Amina and Kofi put consistent effort into maintaining their relationship. They practiced empathy, understanding each other's perspectives and emotions, overcoming obstacles together. They faced challenges as a united front, using their combined strengths to overcome obstacles. This collaborative approach reinforced their bond and resilience. Effective communication. Open and honest communication became a cornerstone of their relationship. They learned to express their feelings and needs clearly, reducing the likelihood of conflicts. Maintaining trust and loyalty. Trust and loyalty were pivotal in rebuilding and maintaining their relationship. They worked on being reliable and faithful to each other, fostering a secure and stable marriage. Nurturing friendship. Beyond romantic love, they nurtured a deep friendship, enjoying each other's company and companionship. This friendship provided a solid foundation for their marriage. Balancing independence and togetherness. They found a balance between maintaining their individuality and spending quality time together. This balance helped them to remain connected while also respecting each other's personal space.
Do you want more? Read the full blog by clicking on the link in bio or description to navigate to the devotionals, or go to www.kissesandhugs.org. Watch full video on youtube.com/@PastorDunamis. For one-on-one therapy, counseling, or an intervention in your marriage or relationship, go to bit.ly/therapy needed. To get courses for singles and couples, go to bit.ly/course. To partner with us, go to www.kissesandhugs.org/give.